Good morning. So this is a beautiful, beautiful morning. It's sunny out and it's cool. And I've turned off the air conditioner and the heater in the house. And we've been a few days now, nothing, and doors open, windows open. So beautiful. You can hear the trains now. Got lots of beautiful noises in and around where I live. Anyways, here we are. We have our cups of tea, or I have my cup of tea. Hopefully you have yours by the time you've decided to take a look. The final, not the final, but the fifth of the five life forces that are running through me, that are my teachers. I've started each of these with this definition that life force is anything that runs through us, that animates and gives us vitality and strength. And I guess this, as I come to the end of it, a little bit more of an honest share. I've had ups and downs with the yoga industry, the industry of yoga, and I've had some very harsh and hard thoughts and words that I've said over the years. Not that I regret them, it's just the timing that I was going through and how I was seeing things shifting and changing. And for me, I've always longed for a deep teacher that would be someone who would share with me the deep teachings. And when I started to relax into really surrendering myself into what was it that I really needed, nature started speaking to me. So lots of long, deep conversations, like many of us do, with God, with the divine, as well as having this answerable conversation back and forth where wisdom and knowing and aligning and attuning myself, coming into these places where I'm just allowing myself to really accept the natural world and the natural elements and the forces that run through this world to guide me. A scientist, if you will, scientist of this body and how this body is interacting with the world around. And so as I start to share this, it's me confidently stepping forward and saying that this is enough, right? This is enough to be able to be in the place where I'm being resourced from nature rather than the material world, right? So I'm not looking to the material world. I'm not looking necessarily for the yoga industry to fill me up like I used to, and I used to feel that it left me void and empty and missing in some way. So that's really where this is all coming from. Not sure if that makes total sense. I haven't really spoken to it very much. It's something I keep quite quiet, quite private to myself. The more I speak of it, the more it's hard to really understand whether it's articulated well. So we're going to leave it that I have 5 forces right now that are running through me, and we'll start again from the beginning. One is ocean, Mama Ocean. So when I go to the ocean, when I close my eyes, when I think of water, the quality of water, when I sit in that, there's an enormous sense of the all-knowing running through me, that within me, the ocean is in me and I'm in the ocean, right? That I am not separate and that wisdom is available, right? It means that into my life will come the wisdom that is needed at the time, right? That I don't need to go searching for it, that I provide myself open opportunity to feel the potential and allow it to come, okay? That's the ocean energy. Wisdom, personal, deep, inner, reflective, all those things. Strong, steady, all-knowing, okay? And I have to start there. That's where I start. That's where I enter in, yeah? So often when I'm feeling I need new experiences or new wisdom to guide me or new perspectives, ocean. Right? Yeah. Then the roots of the trees. This goes into the silent practice of learning how to communicate in the world, communicating with people, communicating with nature itself, communicating with our communities, our families. It's a deep-rooted place where the communication is silent and it is quiet and it's happening and it's symbiotic and there's reciprocity, give and take and flow, all of these things, right? And so practicing being the roots of the trees, yeah. And it's a silent practice to a large degree, although it's asking us to communicate, right? In whatever form and way we need to communicate. Okay. Then we move on up the tree, interestingly enough, to the songbirds who rest in the tree, make their home in the tree. And the songbirds and the sound of transformation, right? That there's this unknown sense that we know with the winged ones and with this idea of the quorum and that movement of the murmuration moving and communicating. And scientists don't even know exactly how this all works when a huge school of fish or a flock of birds move and interact. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the unknown, of the transformation and potential that if I surrender myself from thinking that I need to know how everything works, I can actually learn more and be sort of amazed by the inspiration of how this world has many, many things that are unsolved as of yet. And there's a lot of the unknown that I am listening inside about how that's going to unfold inside of me. We're moving now into the surrender, right? That was the surrender part. Now we're moving into the steady, which was the mountain, which was last week's, right? And so mountain energy is this idea of one foot in front of the other. And for me, I always see it as ascending, moving from where I am to this higher potential, this place where I am more available, I'm more open, I am more of spirit than of the world. I'm more grace and kindness, I'm more kindness, I'm more gratitude, I'm all of those things. And it's a steady one foot in front of the other, living my life and watching my steps and doing, in yoga we call it svadhyaya, so self-study. I'm watching and observing and interacting and noticing and then making the path that goes and gets me steady, right? Where am I heading? I'm heading to the moon. So the final energy is moon energy. And I have long followed the moon. I followed the full moon and the new moon. I don't know, I can't really put my finger on when it started, but it's been a long time. And I have ceremony around it with my own personal self, whether I collect a group of fellow friends and students around to partake with me. I did that in Oregon, in our property in Oregon. I did it in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm doing it here. So I do gather, but I also do it silently. I also have nights and times where it just works out that it's just me by myself. And even whether it's sometimes it doesn't even show it outwardly. It's just an inward, reflective moment of time that I sit and communicate and turn to the moon. So the moon for me is service. It is bringing ourselves to the ultimate grace of giving ourselves fully to service so that I can be available in God's work, in the divine work, in the kindness, in the how do I move myself to be moved to be of help and service and available to those that are more, I don't know, not more, just to the moments that need me, the moments that call and need me. And the word that always surfaces at the end of when I talk about moon and moon energy is that it brings me to a place where I realize that I'm in awe of the way the world works, that I would have enough resources to be able to help someone who doesn't, and that when I don't, there's someone to help me when I don't. And it brings me to tears. Yeah, because there's been so many years that I didn't get that I didn't know that somebody was there for me, that there would be people in my life that would call at the right time or share a story at the right time, that there would be, and sometimes it's financial and sometimes it's physical labor and sometimes it's just somebody saying, I see you and you're valuable. So please know that I get moved by the moon because I know my life is moving in the direction where I can be that more for everyone, that I can be available, that I can be of service. And that just drops me to my knees because I have had those people in my life and I didn't know it at the time and I know it now. And I knew it, I guess, to some degree, but I'm feeling it so powerfully now. And so I want to really share that the moon energy, if you sit in her, she will guide you into that open heart. She will pull you and draw you and hold you so that you're left understanding that we we are not broken as a society. We are not doomed. We are not bad in any way, but there's this beauty, there's this enormous beauty that there is help and there is service and there's kindness and there's joy, and that it's here for us if we open our hearts to it. We want to be able to receive it, and to receive it is to learn about it. So my ask of all of us, as I've cleaned up my little tears, is to ask in your heart to be helped, to be given the support that you need, because you will learn from the moon. You will learn that these people are providing you so that they can give, right? So that they can be of service. And so you're being of great value when you drop to your knees and say, I can't do this alone and I need help, or my money is gone and I don't know where to find it, or my husband is exhausted and I don't know how to stop that pattern. There will be somebody, somehow, somewhere, something that will happen and bring you up from there. And it will bring them great joy and great service. So, life forces, I'm glad that you've been able to be here with me, and mostly I've been able to share and to bring forth how I know I'm moving forward in the world, and to be able to share that openly and to move the needle of my life just a little bit. So much blessings to you, my warm cup of tea, my beautiful porch, this beautiful morning, and just lots of love coming to all of you. So enjoy the Porch Reflection. Go back, listen to them if you'd like again, and you'll see the pattern through all of them. We have to start at the ocean. We get quiet through the roots. We come on up into the songbirds. We learn to surrender. We get steady by walking ourselves up the mountain, and we're heading in the direction of service.